Alright, everybody, it is Crunchin Season 2, Episode 3, Geiger Alien Hybrids. We got some of my favorite artists here, starting with Brad. How's it going, Brad?
I'm just fine. How you doing, Ron? How's it
I'm
going?
doing good. Look at that, look at that.
He's
Done.
sharkish. He's sharkish.
Yeah, nice.
He's sharkish if he was me.
And Bruce, how's it going, brother?
Going well, how are you?
It's going well. Loving that, man. Loving it. Loving it. Eric, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing well. And Gary, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good. I can't wait to see this finish, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And Jerry's dead to us. Joshua, how's it going, brother?
Pretty good. Busy with work.
Oh, good, man. This is looking great.
Yeah, sorta.
It's looking good, man. Trust me. And then we got Lonnie. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man.
And that's that's really cool. I can't wait to hear what all these are mixed with. I can't wait. Oh, look at Mike. Look at
Mixed with good intentions.
Oh, beautiful.
Mike's just showing off, man. He's just showing off. Jeez.
Roger, and them breasticles and them lips. Let's see, bro. Let's see what you got, man.
Oh. Check it out.
Show the model. Oh, nice. Looking real good. And my name is Ron from Deadpack Studios, and we're going to start crunching right about now. So, Brad, tell us what you got here.
I thought I'd make him into kind of a shark-type hybrid thing because the head kind of naturally seems to go back into a dorsal fin type thing, you know.
Nice.
And a little webbing in the arms. What I have to do, I have to make him have like a caudal fin instead of that spiky tail. So I have to make the spiky tail, or the tail itself. I forgot to do that, Ron. I forgot to do that.
Cool.
So remind me. Say, Brad,
will.
make the spiky tail.
What's up with that tail, son?
Grant said, exactly. I'll know what you mean.
And for everyone that's listening in the audience, if you're on the event page, there's a little button right under the this window that you're looking at. It should say Q&A. Press that. If you have any questions, please ask them through there, and we will ask these artists any question that you might have about their workflows, personal life, or you just want to hear them say something silly. Just write it in the Q&A.
Oh, poetry.
Yes, and Bruce, a.k.a. Art Vandalay. Glad to have you back, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me back.
So what are you doing here, man? What are you mixing this with?
I was mixing it with another alien because I started sculpting and forgot that we were supposed to be mixing it with stuff, so I got kind of carried away. And that's nice.
Well, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. And Eric, what do you? Go ahead.
I was just looking at that detail on Bruce's stuff. Is that alpha stuff that you have going on there?
No, I haven't used any alphas yet. And
What?
yeah, and these tubes are some weird trick with UV maps or whatever. To make patterns.
Yeah, that's really nice detail. And Eric, what are you mixing yours with, bro?
I saw an interview for making of the original Alien and just wanted to mix it with Carnage from Marvel Comics.
Ooh, I like your style, bro. I like your style. It's gonna be good, man. So how you gonna attack it?
I'm gonna start with, I want to get the base blocked out, which is what I'm working on right now. Just trying to really get it long and lean. And since Carnage is not human, he's a symbiote. I'm gonna try and do it as, I want to try and do sort of like a skin on the xenomorph.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try and have more, instead of a protruding mouth, I want to have more like tentacle blades kind of thing coming out of the mouth. Maybe one long tentacle blade kind of thing coming out of the mouth.
Nice.
But Yeah.
It's gonna be good, bro. It's gonna be good. So, we have a question from Wilbert Pierce.
Robert.
I'm not, we'll just make this a group question because he didn't specify anyone. But the question is, how do you taper the tubes that you've inserted?
Using the stroke palette, yes.
Okay.
I would say,
Like, for example, if I may, I don't want to get in anyone's way here, but if I'm using, for example, my curved tube brush and I draw out a curved tube like so, you can change the shape of this in any way by going up to your stroke palette, and under your curve modifiers, you have this size modifier. Turn it on, and you have this fall off, and by default, it's set to be narrow at the base and wide at the tip. So if I come in here and tap this curve, it will update and make it narrow at the base and wide at the tip. Very rarely, I think, would you actually want it to be that way. So you can come in here and change that. If you want to taper it, just switch it so now it goes the opposite way. The good thing, of course, is that you can make this get wider in the middle and narrower at the end, and then you can change, you can change the overall shape however you choose. Then you have this little slug just going around your screen,
Nice.
which is
Animation
hypnotic.
done.
I can watch it for hours. Let it go.
That's cool, man.
If you don't mind, Ron, for the next 2 hours, I'm just going to have it do this for a while.
Yeah, please do.
It's captivating me.
You're cross training in.
Where'd he go? I lost the slug. There he is.
Wilbert, hope that answers your question. And Icaro Lobo says, good evening. Good evening to you. Jerry's alien has triple nipples. Is this true, Jerry?
wait, my alien doesn't even have a chest.
All right. Well, that answers your question.
So you're saying you can't disprove that claim then, right?
Right.
You can offer up no evidence to disprove that claim.
Who's in the audience asking SFQs?
Tony Gore. Gary, tell us what you are mixing this with. You're mixing a Geiger alien with
A dentist.
the theme of a dentist.
Yeah.
Nice. So walk us through, man. Walk us through.
Well, if I have time, basically, I wanted to, incorporate dental utensils on his back, sticking out of his back, and tubes of toothpaste. If I can actually try to sculpt it in ZBrush.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I just realized you must have had a thing for Little Shop of Horrors, didn't you?
Oh, Jerry.
What is
What are you mixing your stuff with, man?
I'm mixing my xenomorph with a robot. So I'm imagining that someone took a robot, filled it up with some of that black goo,
Mm-hmm.
ended up making like a robotic xenomorph.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna so what you're modeling right now is the hard surface, or you just repolish?
No, I'm just putting something underneath to give it the hard surface treatment. So yeah, all of this is just kind of a prelude to what I'm gonna be doing today, which is harden up these surfaces.
Taking a train, we have to take a trip.
That's how means the lightning round.
Yeah.
It means everyone go one after another.
Blindfold time.
And Josh,
Hey,
what are you mixing your stuff with, bro?
it's supposed to be a rhino, but I'm trying to keep true to the xenomorph form, so I can't really go crazy bulky on it, or it doesn't make sense. And I was actually having trouble. It was looking like a Triceratops at one point.
Yeah. That would go with like the Queen thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Go for it, bro.
That's it. I'm combining xenomorph and Thomas the Choo Choo.
That'd be terrifying, dude. That'd be
That would.
horrifying.
Train.
Hi, kids.
Lonnie.
Whenever.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, isn't this the first with the head crabs in it, or is that Half-Life?
It's
Head
Half-Life.
These are like the face huggers, right? The face
Right,
huggers.
right.
That's what I call my customers whenever they don't get off the calls. I'm like, yeah, I got me a head crab.
Lonnie, what are you mixing yours with, bro?
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I'm still concepting it. Originally, it was going to be a fly. I don't think I'm going to do a fly. I'm thinking toad.
Yeah, I like it. I like where it's going, man.
For a second there, when you said fly, all I could think of was the movie, The Fly.
I love that movie.
Who was the actor in that? And he had a thing with
John
licking his
Leguizamo.
lips.
Are we talking about
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum.
Goldblum, or are we talking
Jeff
about the
Goldblum.
original movie?
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh.
The original, yeah, that was very different.
Help me!
Mm-hmm. And
I've
Mike,
never heard of that.
Mike, what are you mixing yours with, bro?
I'm mixing it with a Humboldt squid, the predator of the deep sea. But I'm free-farming at the moment, and got no idea where this is going.
I like it.
I'm so jealous.
Is it single?
Sorry? Did you say, is it single?
Yeah, is its relation status single on Facebook?
I guess so.
Complicated.
Ugly.
Created.
A go face. And Roger, so what are you mixing yours with, bro?
Well, I dropped by my mother-in-law's house, got some reference, came back here. And
Yeah.
here we are.
Oh, all right, nice.
Just, I guess, kind of like a xenomorph with a woman, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Little
Just
predator action. Little predator action.
Is it Predator or is it what was the other one that Giger did with the female that had him?
Species? You mean?
Thank you. Glad you're
It
the one
reminded me of that.
reminded me.
Yeah. All right. So we have a question from the audience. This is going out to the group. How do you guys make things so smooth? My models always get so blobby by using smooth brush. I don't always get a good result.
You mind if I field that one?
Do it.
Go for it, bro.
Always keep your geo as light as possible, because if you go too dense too quickly, it'll always turn into a lumpy mess. You want to keep it light so you can move your masses quickly and easily, and they can be smooth more easily overall, and then when you get them the way you want, then you can smooth them out after the fact.
Give that man a cookie.
Hope that answers your question. Alright. So, Brian,
Ron.
doing a lot of ZBrushing lately, bro?
I have not been doing a lot of ZBrushing. I've been doing a lot of animation, which is hard to do in ZBrush. I've tried. It's really not what that program is made for. So
Yeah, not at all.
but, I'm trying to get back into ZBrushing because, well, it's rocking good fun, Ron.
Yeah.
They were talking all about it at the ice cream social last
We
week.
were, yes.
When I bought a sundae for a nickel.
Of course, it costs $2, but you know.
$2 and a nickel.
Jerry
Not
just pays
bad.
what he believes it's worth.
I left a nickel.
And he left quickly.
I left out the back.
Yeah, no, I've been animating, Ron. I've been animating.
Huh?
For Dead Panic Studios. You may have heard of it. It's a nice little place. It's a nice little place.
A few times on the show. I don't know if it's been.
I may have mentioned it once or twice. Yeah. Yeah, man. Busy animating Lobo.
Nice, and it's looking great, man. Great work, dude.
Well, I can't help myself, you know.
Yeah,
I am a hostage to my own brilliance. You know what I'm saying, Ron?
You know, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Hey.
So Bruce, what's been going on with you, man?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So
Tell us more.
Bruce here is a great artist. Great artist. Needs some work. So where do they where can people contact you to have you work for them?
On Facebook at the art of Bruce Connors.
Alright. Alright. Cool, man. So how
Do
long
you
you
have,
been?
do you have to deal with a T1000?
Yeah,
Connors, not Connor.
He's kind of scored a settle.
When we say Connors, we actually we think of a different man.
Yes. The infamous.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
So so how long you been working on this sculpt, bro?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, last time I saw it, you posted for whatever last night when I had that typo.
Mm-hmm.
Had to bring that up, didn't you?
Oops. And I just started doing it, so I got off work, how many hours ago? A couple of hours ago, so I don't know, 2.5 hours maybe.
Nice. Looking good, bro. Looking good. And Eric.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
What's going on, bro? What is going on? What's going on with you? What you been working on?
Mostly I've been focusing on the Diesel Blood Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But
What's
I
it
got
about?
a bunch of... The Diesel Blood Challenge it's a vehicle arena battle, kind of like any of those battles where you got a bunch of cars and people like blow each other up.
Oh, nice. Those are always fun.
Yeah, so I've been working on that a lot, but I've also got a couple of gigs that are paid gigs that I'm really looking forward to.
Nice. So what'd you do on that game that you just mentioned?
Diesel Blood or on video?
Yeah, Diesel Blood. Yeah.
Well, Diesel Blood's a polycount challenge that I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm building this crazy motorcycle, and there's a woman going to be riding it, and just trying to plug away on that. I'm really excited because Jerry's been nice enough to show me the ropes on Substance Painter, and we're going to use that to detail the hell out of it. And
Nice.
It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Going to do
Yeah.
cool stuff.
That is going to be super fun. Super fun.
I can't wait, dude.
Yeah. And Gary, what's going on, bro?
Not much, man.
How's it going over here? You got that tube of toothpaste done, bro?
I try to make the hook, but it's not as easy to do in ZBrush. Might have to do it in Max first, but
We'll open it up, dude.
Yeah.
Open it up. Let's get it going, bro.
Working on it.
So what have you been working on lately?
I've been doing a lot of digital painting lately. Watching a lot of Imagine Effects DVDs. Been on some Gumroad. Been bouncing all over the place, man. And I got ADHD, so I'm all over the place. Bounce everywhere. But yeah, man. I sculpted last night. I was pretty happy with the results. Got to start sculpting more because I'm getting better at it. I noticed.
Nice, good. Yeah.
Better. He's been
definitely-
knocking it out of the park. Don't let him be modest and get away with
Yeah.
shit.
You got a whole lot better. I could definitely say that, bro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Jerry, what have you been keeping yourself busy with?
Oh,
Damn
well,
it.
I was eating a hot dog, but I just finished.
Oh, nice. Was it good?
Yeah, it was
All
pretty
beef?
good.
Maybe
I'm
a little
telling you,
pork?
7-Eleven doesn't make hot dogs after midnight. Someone should write them about that.
I'm on it.
But,
Yeah,
one
hold
had
on.
it earlier
Can someone
today.
in the audience please take care of that for Jerry? Thanks.
These are very pressing concerns. But as far as me and what keeps me busy, I'm currently owned by Dead Panic Studios. So I'm deep in the basement with Brad, always working. However, as it furthers along, it becomes much more exciting. Like, we started off with a little blocky dude, and now it's looking pretty damn awesome. Not to hype up our own work, but Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this project whenever it gets completed. But yeah, just adding messing with Boom, Krakatoa, After Effects, Maya, whatever I get my hands on to get the job done.
Yeah, so you're kind of like the Neo of programs.
More like the Morpheus. Like I know, but I still get captured by the villains and tied to a chair.
Right.
Like, I'm the one that taught the masters, but you know the new guy's gonna have to come rescue me. No, I'm kidding.
That was just a production meeting, Jerry.
And those agents are slave drivers. On that note, I also missed The Matrix. I do.
Yes. They need to remake it 3 times.
Remake it properly. You know, just either get rid of the third movie or come up with a better idea for it.
Boom.
You heard it here.
You know, I mean, the second one was really good. The second one was hot.
Frederick Lynn has volunteered to FedEx that letter for you. Thank you, Frederick Lynn. We will hold you responsible for its delivery. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll send you the address of the 7-Eleven. But every night I'm working with these guys, and I'm like, man, I wish I had a hot dog. And
he's not lying.
I wish I had a cylindrical piece of food.
Well, why do I even have to go there? I try to keep it clean nowadays.
What's up, Josh? What are you working on? What are you keeping yourself busy with?
Before Jerry can defend himself. So.
This is a very phallic episode of itself with us focusing on Geiger.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't understand why the studio doesn't supply you with a place to eat and feed yourself.
Yeah, man. What's up with that?
Well, I got the best break room ever. 7-Eleven. Across the street.
So, Josh, what have you been keeping yourself busy with?
I've been working on Inspector Gadget for the last 6 months.
Nice, dude. Matthew Broderick? Or...
What?
The movie?
No, there's a new series coming out. It's in 3D.
What?
Dude, that's awesome.
And no one hired me. What the hell?
You sound so unenthusiastic, man.
I'm just
like it was a whip.
well, I've recently been taken off the show to fix some characters on another show, which is depressing. I don't think I'll be getting back on that show. But my hands have been in that show for about 5 or 6 months now, so I'm happy. Got some good demo reel stuff.
Good, good.
Unfortunately, there's no teasers yet or anything, and I can't really talk about it.
Well, let's talk about it.
So you can't talk about Inspector Gadget at all.
Wait.
All right.
We were recently in the news about it.
Oh, okay, cool.
And there's actually this really hilarious thing that happened. We have like a whiteboard up in the design area, and for some reason, I don't know who brought it up, but they decided to make a bunch of equations on the board. And like these equations aren't equations, by the way. Like they're just a bunch of lines with like initials of like shows that we're doing, like IG for Inspector Gadget and stuff. And news people came in and they started recording everything, and they saw this board, and they're like, "Wow, they're like science and mathematicians and stuff." So the title of the news article is "The Science and Animation of DHX."
Nice.
And it starts out with like, in the northern area of the design part of the DHX Media Studio is this board of mathematical equations and stuff where they figure out how to do the animation.
Dude, that is awesome.
And literally,
that is hilarious.
Like, if you look at the whole equation, it all comes down to one answer, and the answer is boy in hat.
Is what?
Is what?
Boy in hat.
Boy in hat.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's a difficult equation.
That's the answer I got.
Pretty hilarious.
Oh man, that's great.
That is
I'm glad you're busy, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us more about how you use math to animate sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put a tutorial out
I'm
about
trying to
it?
do a workshop.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
We're about to do a wall cycle. Grab your protractor.
And Lonnie, you've been keeping yourself busy with some sculpts lately, yeah?
A little bit.
Yeah?
When I can. You know, that work thing kind of gets in the way.
Yeah. So Lonnie is also a fabulous creature, sculptor, designer. Will definitely gross you out, so if you need something like that, where do we contact you, Lonnie?
You can go to my Facebook. That's Lonnie Sargent. Sargent.
How do you spell Lonnie?
Just
He
like
just
anybody else would. LONNIE.
There you go. Alright.
And you can check me out at creaturemadness.weebly.com.
There we go. So, we're almost done with this, right?
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, Lonnie? About 5 minutes away from being done?
Oh yeah. It's like 2.5 minutes.
Alright, I can deal with that. I'm gonna need it animated too.
Brad, what you doing after show, man?
Animating.
Ron gonna hit me again.
Some orcs must die.
Gotta go back to my basement.
Yeah, I'm in the mood for some orcs must die, though.
Bring out the hose again. Yeah, you just wait, Jerry.
Take a look at that.
Michael, what have you been busy with, man? What have you been working on?
Well, doing artwork, working.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm trying to get my artwork on some merchandise.
So tell us about that, man.
Well, I draw stuff, and some people ask me if they can have a T-shirt from it, and now I'm trying to make that possible. Exactly.
So how do you make it possible? Don't you have like a voting system or something?
What kind of question is that?
No. I mean, you put out a voting system. There was some voting where you had like 3 or 4, and it was on some other site that it wasn't on your own site. That's what I was referring to.
The Rocker Waits thing.
Yeah, is that the same thing that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a friend of mine. He contacted me and he asked if they could do some exclusive T-shirts,
Right.
and printed in small numbers. And they do some exclusive rock stuff, like special packages with LPs and vinyl and posters and stuff. And
Cool.
well, we'll see what this will be. I have no idea. But actually, they made a pre-sale for the T-shirts. That didn't go too well, and they had some problems with the shop, so it opened pretty late. I mean, I made some advertisements for that before on my Facebook page. But someday this will happen.
Nice. Yeah, relaunch, and let us know, man. We'll definitely put it out there.
I'll do so.
I'll buy some Grofman apparel.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'll be buying
Yeah, I knew nothing about this, man.
Yeah, you're not a very good advertiser, bro.
Yeah.
Between you and me, and everyone viewing, all 9 million people.
Mike, do you mind if I ask you a question about some of your stuff?
Me?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Do you go by Mike or Michael?
Michael, Mike, whatever suits you.
What about MG?
So Michael Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
It's Michael.
Shoot.
If you have any interest in making it into statuettes, I have the equipment and the tools to do that, and I'd be more than happy to team up with you for something you're interested in.
Oh, sounds interesting.
I did Gary Labe's Scarecrow character. We're hopefully getting an update on the print this week.
I want it automated so I can walk across my desk. That's what I want.
Well, dude, we can always find one of those little wind-up robots and stick it to the bottom of the statue, and it can walk across the desk.
And bring me tea.
Good luck with that.
And compliment my hair.
You need
I have a list.
You need a secretary.
Yeah, I have a list. We'll take care of it. No worries. Where is my tail? There's my tail. Is that my tail? That's not my tail. That's my tail. I can't find my tail. There's my tail. I found my tail, Ron. It's all good. Alrighty. So how's everybody?
Fantastic.
MC down, MC down.
Yeah, so did we lose Ron?
Did we?
Oh man, I was muted. Jeez.
See?
God, man. God. All right. Well, Des 24 minutes says what's going on.
Is that Robot Des?
That is Robot Des.
Everything is fine, Des.
This is a question to the room. Who are some of your favorite villains?
My favorite of all time is Doctor Doom.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that, Jerry?
Stole my villain.
He was a villain that went and took another nation and turned it into something great, and basically, made his own world because it wasn't working out for him in the regular world. You kind of respect that in a supervillain. I'm talking about Latveria, of course.
Nice. Who else?
I don't know, man. I don't really think I have a favorite villain, necessarily.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Well, I did like Zod. That was really good villain. And the newest Superman, that really impressed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, nothing
I love
else.
that movie, man.
Yep.
I know a lot of people didn't, but I really loved it.
I thought it
It was great.
I didn't like it the first 80 times, but come to appreciate it.
You gonna do
Eventually, they just beat me down.
Believer.
Yeah, Ron's made me a believer. I've seen the light. It's like, I guess the special effects are pretty darn sweet.
Yeah.
Like them explosions.
Were there explosions in that movie?
I think like one.
Yeah, I didn't notice them.
I would
but
say
I think there was
explosion.
one scene without explosions.
that's what it was. I knew there was something.
I got it wrong. I always get that wrong.
Yeah.
Anybody else favorite villains?
I'm racking my brain. I cannot think.
Yeah, I'm
of
wondering why no one else has a favorite villain in here.
Like I was like the hero.
That one's an easy one. Usually the audience is a bit more evasive in their questioning.
Hannibal Lecter. Some guy that like creeps you out and you like it.
Dang, Hannibal Lecter, huh? Not even a super villain.
I don't know. I kind of like Magneto, but we're not. It's like I don't know, man. That's such a weird.
Or his wife, Nagnito. Sorry.
Jerry's gonna get some bad mail later.
No, I get tons of mail been like, I like these jokes, but I hate these other ones. Don't joke about that ever again.
I got a favorite villain, the President of the United States.
I like. No, I don't like. No.
Is there NSA? I don't know this joke.
Yeah, I'm not going to respond to that. I'm not going to respond to that.
I was going to say, I don't know who this person is.
I'm going to respond to that.
I'm not sure how I got here.
Well, John Young is asking, who wins at the spelling bee, Hodor or Groot?
I'm gonna vote for Groot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's one for Groot?
think it's going to be a toss-up.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say Groot by a Woody.
All right. All right. So we got 2 for Groot.
I think there may be some interference from the audience. It depends. Is that little kid going to be there or not? I'll bet on Groot if that little kid's not there. But if he is there, not being honest competition.
Yeah, that's true. He might cheat. All right, so we got 2.5. 2.5.
What was the question?
Who wins at the spelling bee? Hodor?
Who the hell's that?
Next.
Hodor.
Next. This will be the final time that Bruce is on the show, so everybody say,
Hi, Bruce.
Bruce.
I'll meet you, man.
I guess I could Google it and pretend that.
There you go. You can go to the ZBHO and find out all about Hodor.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel that Nick is at home right now personally offended.
Yeah.
So we have a follow-up question from Lobo. He's talking about the bumpy masses that he was getting earlier. The reason that, well, here's his question. How do you get the muscles so smooth? You said to work on low sub-Ds, but I'm working on higher sub-Ds. Always make mess with muscles and detailed volumes. So I would just say work at a lower subdivisional level is what he was trying to say last time. Is that right, Eric?
Yeah, that's essentially it. I mean, if you look at, just real quick, like I've got this shape for the head, and it's on the dense side, but it's lighter than, it could be denser, but I've got the base form laid out. So adding medium-sized details to this is fine, but if I start going in here and manhandling this thing, I'll just do this really fast. You can see how, because it's so dense, that I'm getting compression through here, and this is going to be a nightmare to smooth out. And I'm going to show you some of the lumpiness. I'm getting lumpiness right here, not necessarily because the tool isn't doing its job, but because it's too dense to do the type of heavy movement that I was talking about.
So solution to that would be to duplicate it and Z-remesh it to a lower sub-D, and then you can make those large form changes that you're looking for without getting any lumps. Right?
That's an ideal move, actually. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, Lobo.
Yeah, generally speaking, if you're still shaping the body, you don't want to be at a high res for the most part, right? High res is for details after the fact, typically. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I know Cesar Zambelli, he does work at a high level from the start. But he's really, really good at controlling his forms and knows where to put them and stuff. So there are people that work in higher subdivisional levels from the start. But if you're having lumpy problems in your forms, then definitely switch to a lower subdivisional level and smooth it out. And that'll help you out.
I used to be that way when I first started going to Zbrushhangout, and Lonnie here actually was the one that kind of broke me of that habit of just starting out with dense dynameshes and just fighting massive polygons and kind of narrowing it down to just level by level again. Yeah, some solid advice, dude. Mind them transitions, changes, them edges, and the pinch to polish, and the H polish, and the dam standard. And the brush mod are your friends.
All of them.
But especially those transitions, them turns.
FormSoft is another really good one, especially if you get your stuff blocked out and you're just wanting to add some volume without getting too crazy.
I love the FormSoft brush.
I've rediscovered it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's like a standard brush, but the peak of it isn't so intense, and it's I don't know, it's a softer standard brush, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it maintains details while allowing you to adjust the volume, so it's really good. I hope that helps that guy though. That's something that a lot of people get hung up on. Is they just it can't see past the lumps, and it's a real nightmare to fix if you can't start problem solving your work.
Yeah, it's about building that eye.
It's a common mistake in polymodeling too, adding geometry before you're ready for it. I think there's a need to kind of be okay with the fact that it's not going to look great at first in terms of being finished. It's going to, it's slowly going to take form, and I think there's an impatience to see how it's going to look when it's all done. So you want to add the geometry so you can get that detail in there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that also, just like you're saying, I think that it's because you're looking at blocks and because it's polygons, it's these little planes all over the place. I think there's this desire to smooth it out because it's such an abstract way to think about creating a form. At least in the beginning.
Yeah, and it's about confidence too. I think if you've done it enough times that you know that you can eventually get to where you want to be, you'll be less inclined to rush to that end. You'll be confident knowing that yes, it might look weird now, but it will look good when I'm done. So I can take my time at the lower resolution and make sure I'm happy with it before I move on.
Yeah.
Because you wait too long.
And that was it's the brush is called the Form Soft Brush. Someone was asking for us to repeat that.
Yeah, that's a great brush.
Yeah, and also Tony Gore is talking about the clay spin. Has anybody heard about that? Used it?
I've got the spiral, but I don't know about clay spin.
Is that in Lightbox or in your brush palette? I'm going to try that out.
Tony, you need to clarify, all right?
After my autosave finishes up, I'll open the spiral, but I don't have a clay spin. At least not that I know of.
So what are some of the favorite qualities or what are some of the qualities that y'all look for in like a good sculpted piece or a good three-dimensional piece?
For me as an animator, I'm always looking at the silhouette, just because that's the first thing you see is the outline of the sculpt. The details obviously are awesome, but if the pose isn't there, how many great sculpts do you see that never get out of the T pose and just like they look great, but they're also
in my inspirational folder.
Form and continuity.
There you
go. It has the form and the continuity of the form.
Mm-hmm.
The details we'll read afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Brad gave
my. I'm gonna agree with that form and continuity. That's like a big deal to me because if you can knock out the block out of your model in an hour, and the form and continuity are strong and they provide a good silhouette, you can detail that thing or cartoon it or put any number of different stylistic choices on it, and as long as you're not just ZBrush vomiting on it, it'll be a fantastic piece.
Oh, sweet. Nice. All right. Well, we have a question from Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn.
What are your initial workflows? Do you polymodel a base mesh and other software, or do you start from the beginning in ZBrush? Out to everybody.
ZBrush.
I flip a coin. Alright, what program's open?
ZBrush.
Yeah, for Jerry, all your programs.
Wait, y'all all just go in ZBrush first?
Yeah, man.
Brush.
Yeah, a bunch of barbarians in here. What am I hanging out with?
ZBrush you can start with a primitive. You can start with Z-spheres. You can go in and create a multi-part subtool layout out of different types of primitives. You can create one giant Dynamesh and just start pulling things out. But ZBrush all the way.
Pull it out.
Hell yeah.
It depends.
Can you elaborate on that, Roger?
No, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh. What were you gonna say, Brent?
I think it depends on what you're doing though too. If you're concepting, Dynamesh and Z-spheres, whatever, because you can just try things at random. If you know you're going to be doing it to be rigged or something like that, I think it's not a bad idea to have a base mesh that's made with a topology that you already like, that you might tweak it to make the shape that you want, but depending on what you're going to be using it for, if it's just for a sculpt, then it doesn't probably matter as much. But if you're making it for something,
if you're making a statue, start in ZBrush.
Yeah, but if you're going to animate it, you can always retopologize it, obviously. But if you already have a base mesh that is workable, and you're just going to be tweaking it, then it might be easier to start with something like that. I have one bust or one human base mesh that I can just use if I know I'm going to be doing a variation on a person. But otherwise, why try something else? Just ZBrush has everything you need.
Yeah, 'cause, I've pretty much started in ZBrush, so for me, I would, just use Dynamesh, sculpt it out, and then Jerry would retopologize it.
His workflow involves using Jerry.
But
I don't have it.
yeah, I mean, make what you want. Be creative in ZBrush, and then prepare it for whatever else you need in some other 3D application that you're gonna start using it in.
And you can download Jerry at a website. We'll provide the link for it.
Master Xeon 1001.
Yeah, right. Just to
Google.
You got to buy me off of Ron.
I thought it was ZBrush GIMP,
No.
I'm still going to delete all of y'all from my friends.
Yeah.
Keep mispronouncing my name.
That's like crashed pretty quickly.
I'll send y'all messages after the show about that.
Personal messages.
Like, I'm going to kill you.
But anybody else want to talk about their workflows?
It depends. It depends what the project is, essentially.
I have found that using ZBrush 100%, at least for stuff that I plan on going through, like texture magic, it isn't as robust, I guess. Like I'm still playing with some of the flexibilities, because ZBrush has its own way of stuff. You can't really baby the UVs to perfection, but you can use their tool that basically makes UVs hella easy by removing all the stuff that probably makes it tedious in other applications. But yeah, ZBrush is definitely the king of creativity.
Alrighty, well, thank you, Carolyn, for the question.
In fact, that's where I ended up today.
And Frederick's saying ERMI space now.
What?
Erminal. Erminal. And Tony is saying that the brush that he was referring to, Clay Spin, I believe it was called, is in the light box, probably under the clay brushes.
Let's take it for a...
I've got it open. Basically, if it's the brush I'm thinking it is, it's an alpha that spins across the surface. What does he want to know about it? Yeah, it's just a.
The alpha's spinning. I understand before. It kind of sucks.
Yeah. What does he want to bring up? Because.
Oh no, he's just mentioning the brush I want to use while he sculpts it. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. You know what? I want to play with that.
It's fancy, but.
Oh yeah.
Is it effective?
It's looking effective.
I'm gonna use
what you use it for, bro?
Right, man. I'm gonna use it for my water.
For all the water. Alright, so a robot called Des24Man. About painting, he has a question about paint workflow with high detail model. Does anyone paint and add high details at the same time? And he wants to remind everyone that he is Peruvian.
In a ZBrush model, what's he asking me? If you do sculptural detail, and paint at the same time?
Yes.
I like to finish the sculpt first, because then you can use, if you have all the details like pores and all that crazy crap and skin folds and stuff, you can use the masking options like cavity mask and peaks and valleys and stuff, and blur them and use it at different subdivision levels to get cool effects to make your life a little bit easier when painting.
Can you give us a little example of that real quick?
Yeah, sure. So like on this dude, I'm not actually gonna paint him. So like when I usually start doing it, color, I'd go down in like subdivisions when I was starting to something, and I'd go a little higher than that. And then mask by cavity, and then when you go back up, yeah, it kind of blurs it all soft like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then take it off so you can paint. Then, whatever, paint it so you got that. And then clear it, and then go to peaks and valleys, see what that does. And basically just inversing them, fixing your colors and keep, whatever your colors are, and keep messing with that. And I just go back and forth through those till something looks decent, because it helps break up all the little stuff so it doesn't look all, gives you a more natural look that goes with your sculpt.
Yeah, I use that too. Yeah, that masking. I love doing that. It gets all the crevices, and you just like select the color, and then choose a darker value, fill object, and then work from there. Yeah, that's a good method. I like that one. Nice. So if that answers your question, robot.
Does 2000?
Do you really throw in that he was Peruvian?
I am not a robot. I am Peruvian.
I am really angry now.
Didn't the Peruvians lose in the World Cup?
They were not.
They lost every cup.
They lost every cup.
I am hitting the wall now.
Peru opened war with the U.S.
Jeez. I'm sorry, Des. I couldn't help but troll you, man. It's too easy.
And look, he even says, "I am not a robot. I am angry man." Oh, robot.
Oh, robot.
And Tony is saying he will show you effective. Sounds like an invite, guys.
Hey. As long as he brings singles, we're okay.
And again, for anyone watching, if you're on the event page, there's a little Q&A button right under the video, and if you select that, you can interact with us live, and we'll ask any questions that you might have of these artists, either professionally or personally. We want to get in deep, find out who these people are.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, we are fascinating people.
Yes, especially Brad. Brad, tell us what you do when you're not being a kick-ass 3D artist.
It's a full-time job, Ron.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's no time for anything else. Kickassery is not something you take a day off from. It's not.
Okay.
If you do it right.
Right.
You can half kick-ass it if you want, but it's just not the same.
So you're talking about like the movie Kick-Ass 2?
I haven't seen the movie Kick-Ass 2. I've been too busy kicking ass, Ron.
Remember now, Brad gives private lessons of kickassery at his dojo.
I promise nothing.
Where
Nothing is promised.
You know what's cool? The nudge brush. The nudge brush is a cool brush. So long as you don't mind absolutely destroying your topology, it's a cool brush.
Oh, that's what ZBrush's for, dude.
Yeah, but look at it. We got swirls going.
Glide brush is cool too.
Which one?
Glide.
Glide? How have I not seen?
Flide? You gotta unmute it. Wait a second.
We can go through every letter of the alphabet.
Slide. SLID.
Ah, look at that. Oh, look at that. That does a much better job. Thank you, Billy. Yeah, see, that's why I'm here.
That was worth all the trouble.
It was. It was. Not nearly as good as a glide brush, but you know.
Yeah. So this is for anyone that's 3D printing. What are the limitations of sculpting a piece for 3D printing? Is a level of detail limited by the printing process?
There have been limitations in the past, but some of those limitations are being reduced. If you go to Shapeways, they have a strict triangle limit of 1,000,000 triangles, but they also have a limit, a megabyte limit as well for sending in the files. So my models come in very, very detailed, so I cannot reach my poly limit with Shapeways because the files are too big. We started using one of the more modern companies. We were looking at both Electric Asia and Onage, and both those companies told us we didn't have to have a strict triangle limit, but there is a size limit to the printer bed.
And what is it?
I'd have to go get my notes.
Well, let's come prepared next time for these questions. So I guess limitations are getting fewer and fewer on the detail side and the density of the mesh, but on the size, that's probably going to increase as well. But generally, it's what, like 8 to 12 inches on a personal one, I guess.
Yeah, the personal ones are really small. Some of the standard beds don't go much larger than, you couldn't put a 20-inch. Usually somewhere between 18 by 18 or 18 by 10 is some of the larger beds that I've seen, and they have a much greater Z or depth value.
Mm-hmm.
But the personal ones are all pretty small. They're usually only able to print something about the size of your standard cup or coffee cup. But most of those personal ones also have a much lower quality level, but they're starting to become competitive as well. I know one of our ZBHangout guys, he's getting one, and it's really a lot better than what I used to work with 3 years ago, and that's really kind of surprising.
Because I know I'm waiting about 2 or 3 years before this stuff gets. Because this stuff is going to be like 3D printing is going to be better than the steam engine or fucking sliced bread. I mean, this is going to be so great, and it's going to allow us to go so much further as artists and just as a society.
I think it is, but I think that there are restrictions too. I mean, that's why I keep talking to people that want to make 3D prints, and then to save on costs because the prints are so expensive. To save on costs, mold it and cast it in resin because it's much cheaper to make duplicates. Whereas a one-off, that's
a typical workflow is to just print it, cast it, and then All right, cool.
But you're right. It's going to change the world.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Carolyn, for the question. And Lance Baker is saying hello, and Lance is going to be doing a little segment for us in the future called Shakespeare by Lance. And it's going to be classy. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be.
I'm still waiting for his bakery, man. Did you see the muffin that he did?
Yeah. What's up with that, Lance?
Lance is becoming extraordinarily prolific. So props to him.
And these are looking great, man. These are all looking good. So, Gary, what are you doing over here?
Trying to make a tube of toothpaste.
Oh, yeah? Jerry, tube of toothpaste. You're dead to me, Jerry.
I'm not Jerry.
Forget it. No, you're dead. You're dead.
These chips, what's up, bro? Sorry. Try to eat these chips and try to talk,
Oh, okay.
Chips,
Let's see how it is.
Did you bring enough for the rest of us?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah.
On them 3D printed chips.
Hey, you want some of these crumbs off my lap?
Dude, now that's
No.
the next genius thing.
It's
Is
not
that
gonna work on me. I already
3D printer
told
for
you.
food.
Not again, Jerry.
Not again, Jerry. You got me once.
Not on here. Not on here. Okay.
Could you imagine a 3D printer, the food 3D printer, and Jerry just prints out pizza?
I would print out so much
he's gonna do
pizza.
it. Yeah, definitely.
I'd probably spearhead the development. No. I was about to give out $1 million idea for free on here, but instead I'll save that.
Keep it close to the chest, bro.
I'll tell you,
Keep it close to the chest.
Tell you all about it later. So that's a cause.
Now, wait a minute. You can't drop the 3D printed fleshlight, dude. That's not fair.
Yeah, what's up with that, dude? Why are you trying to do that, man?
Oh shit! I probably need to at this point. It comes with being an artist, being loved less by. Yeah.
You're looking good. So, Mike.
Yeah.
You're dead to
What's
me,
up?
Mike. You're dead to me, dude. Whatever, dude. Whatever, man. So, how's it going over here, man? Working hard?
Yeah.
Still waking up? So, yeah, tell everybody
Yeah.
where you are and what time it is right now.
I'm here, sitting here in my little office. No. But in Germany, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Still got an hour.
So let's
And I got a lot of stuff to do. I've got a lot of subtools, and I think I'm trying to overachieve here. But maybe we'll get a good image in the end.
I'm sure.
Always a good image, Michael.
And thank you for waking up so fucking early for this show. It's extremely hard for people in our business, but I appreciate it. And the first hour is done, guys. So appreciate it. So we're gonna take a little break, a little 5-minute break. Let everybody stretch your legs, and etc. etc. And we have another question. Does anybody want to answer during the break? Do you have any tips on making human lips? We're gonna go to Roger on this one, specifically on the division between the skin and lips.
Just make them as big as possible, because
Come on! Give us some tips here. Come on.
I don't know, man. Just I use the H polish tool for it. It gives you a pretty good form when you're first starting out, and then just flesh it out, baby.
Give us a demo. Sculpt some lips right now.
No, can't.
Go. Anyone else? Again, some tips on the division between the skin and lips.
I'm gonna say right now that the biggest thing is not the skin division, because that can be done in texture. The biggest thing is get yourself a cylinder and put it there to represent the teeth, because if you don't have that nice curvature for the teeth,
the barrel of the mouth.
Yeah, the barrel of the mouth. Yeah. If you don't have that and maintaining that specific form, your lips will never look good. So
yeah. It's not a bad idea to have a little bit of a division there. I tended to use the damp sander brush with add instead of subtract, just to kind of draw a nice tiny little line, then pinch it, just to kind of give myself kind of a visual cue as to
I do that too. Yeah, definitely.
You know what? Here, we'll do this, because I'm on the same boat with you guys. I do my own little division, but it's like, how close are you going to get to the thing? Is it going to be in the shot? Is it going to be a hyper close up? What's your output going to be? All those things matter.
I mean, is the division going to be joyful?
Yeah. Is it going to be? Are we doing the Sound of Music here?
Joy division.
Just kind of coming in here. I'm just going to use a clay build up real fast. I'm just going to kind of block out a rough shape, and I got to turn my smooth back to normal. And there's the illustrators that I learned from, they would tell you that there's two tracks, because I learned from illustration. And if I'm going on too long, Jerry, shut me up. Let's see, BM. All right. So there's three parts. There's the primary triangles on the side or the wings, okay? And then there's the center triangle, and then the philtrum up at the top, which is that divot, that tear trap shaped divot. And the bottom lip is generally two egg-like shapes that range in size and shape depending on the ethnicity or heritage of an individual. But you generally kind of come in like so, dig in underneath here, notch there. Go ahead and make my cut, and I'm going to flatten out the outside, and then I'm just going to start. I'm going to start tapering things. I'm going to put on the node of the muscle of the mouth, which is not part of the nasal labial fold. That actually happens outside this position. Okay. And then, because I like to move stuff, I'm just going to use my move tool to really just sort of get my shape exactly the way I want it. I'm just doing this quick and dirty, so it's
Yeah.
But kind of come in like this. I'm gonna start building that shape up. I like to have a mouth cavity. I really do, because it's easier to make the mouth. But I'm going to use the hard polish, and I'm going to start tapering that triangle back a bit. And then, because there's a beautiful little fold that can happen outside here, but that's like later. Then there's the beautiful little wrinkle or fold on the outside of the mouth up top. I mean, you can really spend some time making a nice mouth, but it's one of those things you have to work it. It's not. There are no make good buttons. There are no magic bullets in CG. You have to get in there and learn the anatomy and know what the understructures are, whether they're bone, cartilage, fatty tissue, Yeah,
because for me, whenever I'm doing it, I just hit the line, just place the mouth and sculpt around it, and then sculpt the lips again, and I'll smooth it all out and do it all over again, like maybe 2 or 3 times. It's like I think some people are a little bit too precious on what they've sculpted. They want to keep it, but I know for me, I erase a lot of things.
Yeah, I end up resculpting stuff over and over and over again, just because a lot of times you block out the first couple times, like you said. It's just basically like reference for yourself, so you know where it is, and then but it's never really going to be the finished thing until way later.
Placeholders.
Yep.
One of my best friends, he's an amazing artist. He just moved. He always said, "Kill your darlings." And when I finally got him to translate that, he basically said, none of your work is precious. An art director can come along and shit all over it, and then you have to remake it, because you didn't meet his goals. So you gotta be willing to not be reckless, but be have confidence in yourself and just get in there and make a nice thing. But somebody was saying something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's over now. I lost it.
Whatever, dude.
Anyway,
but hopefully that answers your question, Lobo. Thanks.
Well, there's another way you can. Well, there's a resource you can use. If you haven't heard of him, Ryan Kingsland. He has a really good video on making the mouth. If you just type anatomy of the face, the mouth, and you'll find it on YouTube, and he goes through it pretty thoroughly, and he points out a few words and phrases that you might never know or never want to know and stuff, because he does so much anatomy stuff. But,
Cupid's bow.
I learned how to do mouth by watching that video. I mean, take a few basic things from it and do it your own way, and just make your own way to do it, I guess.
I gotta tell you, my favorite shape is this muscle right here, which is known as the pillars of the mouth, which pushes up the bottom lip.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just throwing some crap on the wall. So goodbye.
So John Young is needs some advice. He's saying a lot of my sculpts are boring and samey looking. What is some advice on being conceptually creative and push outside your comfort zone?
Get a sketchbook.
Say again?
I suggest getting a sketchbook. Get a sketchbook and draw more often. You should be able to fill up a sketchbook in 2 to 3 months. I used to fill up a sketchbook every quarter, no problem. And that's how I got creative. It's just you burn through ideas. If you're sitting around waiting for inspiration to come and hit you, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. Get out there and make some work.
Also, sometimes it's like if you're using something like Dynamesh, like make a shape that you know that you can't think of a possible solution to for a face or for something, and then find a solution for it.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes Dynamesh so great, is that you can do that. You can just throw something that has no conceivable end result, and because you can add and infinitely change it, you can find a way out of that. And I think making problems for yourself to solve is a good way to kind of push into new areas.
All right. And Lobo, thanks everyone for the answers. I guess for pushing out of your comfort zone is to figure out what your comfort zone is, something that you do, all the time, and then just do the complete opposite, and just work on it and work on it and work on it, and go back to what you usually like to do, so you can get some more confidence, but then go back and just work on all your weaknesses, because it's like the old cliche, you're only as strong as your greatest weakness. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, how soon do we know what our subject is? I mean, does the audience know?
We usually decide that like after the show, sometimes Monday morning, just whenever we feel it. But the next hour is starting meow.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually have a suggestion for that from the robot for next week. Metal Gear or
I knew it. You know what, Des? I'm gonna message you.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta talk, buddy. Metal Gear.
I was going to say, though, that the guy that's looking to get creative or challenge himself, you know what? He should follow along with us if he knows what the subject matter is. Just see how far you can get, man.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 hours. I think a lot of people get surprised on how quick they can actually be whenever they just like, okay, I got 2 hours, I got to do it. I know my first time, I was like, wow, I can't believe I got that done, and speed caught up with talent after a while. Gary.
What's up?
What's going on with this tube, dude?
Tube-a-loob. Trying to put some stuff in his hand. What was that site? Fleshlight.com, you guys said? For wrestling?
Yeah. They're looking for a new lube tube model.
Yeah, check your bookmarks, bro.
The new Geiger's Alien Stamina Master.
Oh, jeez.
Squirts blood now.
Yeah.
So, Lonnie, what's going on, man? What's going on over here, dude? It's looking good.
And bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces.
Man, bits and pieces over here.
So, so you liking this? What I thought you said you were going to be done like an hour ago.
What? Didn't you see me make? This is like number 4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do I have to bring up the other 3 I already did?
Yeah, I think everybody would love to see that.
They should form a band.
Hold on a second. Here, I'll pull them up right now.
I have them.
Hey, did you see those?
Yeah, man, those.
Did you see those? I didn't know if I was afraid you wouldn't catch them. I've got a really fast system, so I didn't.
Yeah, like a complete fool. Yeah, totally.
Exactly that stupid.
Exactly, that's stupid. That's the correct amount.
Lonnie sculpted the whole alien race by now. He's like sculpting our freaking spaceship.
So, who do you look to for inspiration, Lonnie?
Gosh, I mean, anybody and everybody. I mean, I don't stick to one person or one group of people.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, it's like, because I'm always out there looking at stuff, and really it's what catches my eye, right? A lot of times what I'm looking for is what will help me progress artistically, not technically.
Okay.
So I look for stuff that catches my eyes, tells me like, that's a very interesting form. Maybe I can use that in some way in something else.
Yeah.
Put it in
I
your
like
visual
the
library.
way those lines flow, or I like the way that shape intersects with that shape. That's a really interesting look.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm always trying to put stuff in my visual library. Always.
Yeah. Putting y'all in my visual library.
Yeah.
Hey now.
So, what about you, Mike? Who are some of your inspirational artists?
A big fan of Bisley.
Oh,
Sam
yeah.
Bisley, if you know. Giga, yes, of course. Too bad he died. So no new art from him.
He's coming back.
So moving on.
He's alive right now on the show, man.
Yeah,
What he's doing.
So
I bet he's hanging out with Crowley right now.
So, who else? Giger, Beasley?
Well, Pusset is also very interesting, if you know him.
No, tell us about him.
No, he's doing great skeleton hats and stuff, and I like doing skeleton hats too. And I'm actually trying to learn his style a little bit. I'm doing some digital ink stuff at the moment. Well, what else? Boris Vallejo, also.
Yeah. Fantasy.
Master.
Ooh, Boris.
Did you ever care for or see Beksinski?
Nope. I never heard of him. At least I don't recognize the name.
And never speak of him again.
I understood Betsinski, and that doesn't ring a bell. Maybe you can provide me a link so I can look.
I will see if I can provide you a quick link. I'm probably butchering his name, but it's Zadzlav Beksinski, who's killed by, I think, his brother-in-law, which is terrible because he's
so you know it's good.
Polish artist.
I was murdered by my brother-in-law.
Tonight? That would have been something.
So, Roger, have you ever killed your brother-in-law?
Recently?
Third brother-in-law this week.
Jerry goes through brother-in-laws on a regular basis.
So what are you doing right now, man? Been a little hypertension in the neck? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's getting too busy, but then again, that's what this guy was all about. So,
How'd you get the grading on the arms?
This right here?
Yes.
I made this little curve roach. Well, hold on. It's just a I don't want to freeze this shit, man, because I'm gonna fuck it up. Watch, hold on.
Just duplicate, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man.
Come on, guy.
This right here, and then just push it in. Just push it in, baby.
So how far are you gonna push it in?
Just little bit out, but make sure you got most of it in. Yeah.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
Just sculpting over here.
Don't be shy, bro.
Just sculpting.
Yeah, these sculpts are looking great, guys. Looking good. I love the shark idea, Brad. Love it.
Thanks, man.
Something terrifying with something terrifying.
That's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. Going right through it. You know what I'm saying? We're going right through it.
So, minus the show, how long have you been working on this one?
The shark?
Mm-hmm.
I blocked out the basic shape yesterday and just started gigerizing it today. You know, adding the hoses and such because they take a long time. Man. You know, I think that Giga would have loved the clay tubes brush. I'm just saying.
Probably, man. Probably. Yeah. And again, for all of our new viewers, there's a little button called Q&A under the video. So if you click that, you can interact with us live and ask questions, either professional or personal, of these
dental
Goombas on the show. So Bruce, nice paint job, bro. Looking nice and dark and dirty.
Yeah, I've never done something super all dark and stuff, so I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, I like all those bright colors and fun stuff, but.
Nice. So you just use that mask cavity, invert mask cavity? You get the base?
Yeah, and then maybe like after, sometimes I'll go over with just the standard, just with this regular freehand stroke and paint little areas and stuff like that after. But yeah, until then, just to get a good start, use the masks. So save a lot of time.
So who do you look to for inspiration?
Well, you know, the usual 3D guys, but I'm a huge fan of any painting, and it's weird because I do creatures. I like creatures to make them, but I always like hard surface stuff, robots, and painting. Basically, shit I can't do. I like more, you know. Other than that, I usually, if I'm going to start making something, I just go straight to nature. Just start Googling pictures of weird fish and shit like that. And
did you reference anything for this sculpt?
no, just that I had a picture of the alien from the fucking movie, and that was
it. Which one? The first one, second one, third one, eighth one?
I think it was a picture of just the regular xenomorph from the first one.
Okay. We have a question from Lobo again. Can you go over a quick overview of some of the brushes used most and some of their applications as well?
Damn Sender.
Yes, and Orb Cracks brush, man. Love that brush.
And Orb's Crack is a Michael Dunham brush, so definitely check that out.
Yeah, it's like Damn Standard, except it doesn't pinch as much, and it seems to give you a nice clean line. So depending on what you're looking to do, that can be a really, really helpful one, man.
Yeah, because I like to sketch with the Damn Standard and then finalize those lines with the orbs.
It seems a little less destructive, you know, of the mesh.
And more consistent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Move brush.
Move brush.
Pretty crucial when you start with Dynamesh.
You can do the majority of a sculpture in Dynamesh with just the move brush. Like for the first third of the sculpt, there's nothing but move.
Yeah, I know. I spent like 3 days with the move brush. We know each other very well. Anybody else?
Snake hook and clay buildup. I can't use the move brush. It's too. Well, I mean, I use it for like little shit, but like if I'm starting to make something, I just use snake hook the whole time.
Yeah,
the move seems too slow, and you can like when you're dragging out a snake hook, you can like wiggle it and get like weird shapes and shit that you might not have thought of on your own.
Do you wiggle it up and down or to the
left? Well, like
just a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay, what about to the left and to the right?
Actual question.
Are you? It was an actual question. But yeah, you can use a snake hook for hair a lot for pulling out shapes, you know, just like those little wisps of hair and stuff like that, and it's really, really good for that. But yeah, for busting out shapes, I can imagine it's really, really easy to get in there and get some large shapes real quickly.
And H polish is lovely.
Age polish, trim dynamic, trim adaptive, not so much, but still in there.
You know what's a good brush is Trim Dynamic Trails. It's in the light box. It's basically just, I mean, it's no big deal. It's just a trim dynamic brush with the trails updated a little bit more, so it kind of like doubles the stroke. If you crank up the lazy radius on that, you get a nice way of kind of beveling an edge really fast and really cleanly.
What about the smooth directional?
Yeah, there's actually a couple of smooth brushes, and one of the things that I'm sure you guys know, but like I found out not too long ago and kind of blew my mind, is that when you have a mesh with kind of like those little pinches on them and you want to smooth it out, if you hold down Shift and then let go of Shift while you're smoothing it, it changes the smoothing algorithm and actually gets rid of those things for you.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's very useful.
That was like one of the main reasons I didn't use ZBrush. I mean, Dynamesh. Excuse me.
Or you can use weighted smooth mode as well, which has all the smooth options.
Weighted smooth mode?
Weighted smooth mode.
I've never heard of this.
What's that? What is that?
Yeah. Teach me, Gary.
Show us where it is, Gary.
Well, it's just a way of you smoothing in different ways, basically. You get different results when you smooth.
Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Show us.
It's buried in the menus. It's a good question. I've had it docked so long I forget exactly where it is. I think it's under modifiers, maybe. Now I have to find out.
Damn it, Gary.
I think I know he's.
You got us all excited.
I know.
Blue ball this, man.
Modifiers. I think that's it. I think
Whatever you blue ball this.
Wait. Smooth brush modifiers.
Yeah, weighted smooth is under the brush modifiers.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that changes the algorithm as well, and it gives you different options.
Cool. Anybody else? Favorite brushes?
I basically tend to stick to all the brushes that are here. I try not to get bogged down with too many brushes, but some of my favorites is Flatten, Age Polish,
Mention Morph.
Morph is a good brush.
Morph is a good brush.
And flat.
Matchmaker is really good. I love that one.
Oh yeah, that's good for conforming shapes, definitely.
You know what I find odd that I use a lot is some of the guys told me that they're not so hot, but the MAH mech.
Oh, the Mach cut brushes. Yeah,
a couple of those are really fantastic.
Alright, well, I hope that answers your question, Lobo. Thanks for the questions. And now we're going to get deep. We're going to get super deep. Alright, we're going to get super deep. Question by Caroline. Alright, she wants to know. She really wants to know.
No shit.
Damn it.
How does your dedication to your art impact your close personal relationships or lack thereof?
I was going to say,
absolutely, it's devastated them.
I was going to say, what are these close personal relationships of which you speak?
Has zero effect.
I don't even know what a close personal relationship is. I only have relationships with other artists.
Yeah, those are the things that get in the way of doing, the fun things.
I've been married going on 21 years, have a teenage daughter, and everything's going strong.
Married for 3 years, got a little daughter.
My wife is very happy about the fact that I spend the majority of my time in my office. So it's the key to a healthy marriage.
300 years.
It's the key to a healthy marriage is having something else in your life that you're passionate about. Well, no, but
yeah, it's true though. I mean, you can't just just like do nothing. I mean, come on, guy. You gotta do something.
The key is to make yourself insufferable, so that when you're out of the room, she's thrilled about this.
So y'all got 42 minutes, guys. 42 minutes.
Oh, thank God.
All right. If you're gonna render, paint over, you might want
an eternity.
Yeah, I'm out of time. I'm probably gonna have to jump into Keyshot.
So 3D. Find someone else that loves 3D too, and that way y'all can sit and not talk to each other, and then be all right with it.
This way you can critique each other all day and always have arguments.
Stay away from MMOs.
Hate MMOs so much.
I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's horrible.
Sure way to destroy your health and your happy relationship.
It's like an STD. You just can't seem to get rid of it.
Yeah. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Okay. Yeah. Getcha.
I'm liking this tongue idea, bro. Way to go, Eric.
Thanks.
That'd be good, like, hood ornament on a car.
You know, I honestly would love to print this and cast this, maybe minus the tongue. I don't know, man. I've wanted to do one of these for so long, so being invited here and getting to hang out with all these great people and talented artists, and Jerry. Has been like, I've been looking forward to this all night, so.
Oh, that's funny.
Actually, Jerry has really helped me out a lot. So
yeah, Jerry is extremely.
Yeah,
don't just between you and me, Eric. No one else.
Yeah,
everybody else. Earmuffs.
Jerry, close your ears, man.
Jerry's very inspiring. You know, he's like, I need to learn a program in like 3-4 days. He knows how to use it very well.
I gotta tell you, he goes through programs like a chainsaw, man. I asked him, I'm like, I always struggle learning new software. How do you just do this? And he's
Jerry, explain your methods.
He tried
Explain
to.
yourself.
He basically said, I sit down, I'll learn it. That was what it came down to. He's not working hard enough. Stop your bitching. Get in there and do it. Yes, Jerry. Just don't beat me again.
Is that how it went down, Jerry?
You gotta watch it everywhere. You gotta put it on your iPod, on your iPad, and on your tablet, and watch when you're washing dishes and using the potty and laying in bed and.
So 24/7, don't stop, won't stop, can't stop.
Keep reading books about it until the books are redundant, and you're like, I'm tired of reading this crap.
So
that's how I felt when I read all the Blender books. It was like, if I see one more book tell me to press G to grab, so help me God, then I knew no more books.
So when you become the master, that's when you stop, yeah.
Well, that's when you stop reading beginner books.
Yeah. So you're in Marmoset right now, testing out some materials?
Well, I'm looking at my poly paint. One of the things with ZBrush I always have issues with is like my UVs come out upside down. So I mean, I could hit flip Y and ZBrush and export it like that, but it's easier to just bitch about it and just tell you guys that's another reason I hate this, So now I'm preparing to get the armor out and try to get it all into Painter and painted and back in Marmoset, or maybe Keyshot.
You got 38 minutes, man. 38 minutes.
Mission accepted.
Right. Let's see some renders. 38 minutes, guys. And Wilbert Pierce, going back to the stay away from MMOs, is addicted to League of Legends and would like some help.
You should switch to Orcs Must Die.
Yes.
There you go. Switch to Orcs Must Die and play with other 3D artists. Maybe 3 in this room are under.
Yep.
I'm down.
Or you can just stop playing it altogether, stop playing video games, and just keep working. That's what Jerry does, right?
I play video games and I'm like, man, I gotta get back to work.
See?
Or I'll be looking at assets in something like Call of Duty on PS4 being like, these sounds look like shit. Why do these sounds look so bad on a PS4? Just didn't make any sense. So then you get back to work on 3D. I just play video games, look at their bump maps and their texture and work. It's like, man, look at that. That's 256. Got this thing tiled everywhere. Maybe that's just me. I'll be looking at textures, though. I'll be looking at the ground in first-person shooters. People think I don't know how to play. Why is that guy looking at the ground? Oh, that's cool. I'm a texture artist. Normal.
That's funny. And thanks everyone for the questions. Really appreciate it. Hope we're answering them for you. And if you got any more, keep them coming.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have some hard questions here.
Yeah, I know, man. I thought we were gonna have some deep inside the body questions, but oh well. Roger,
What's up, man?
what are you doing right now, man?
Thinking about making another baby, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna name it?
It's been a long time.
How long has it been since you had a baby?
The youngest one just turned 10 months today, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's about time, huh?
About 9 months behind the time, man. What's going on?
Yeah, dude. Every month, dude. We need production out of you. Right?
24 hours after you had the first one, man. You guys should have been locked up in that room getting going.
Let's go, man. You're slacking. You didn't used to be like this, Roger. You've been acting a whole lot differently lately.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
You got 35 minutes, guys. 35 minutes.
That ain't enough time to text your pain. Alright, fine.
Come on. Come on. People want to see these things rendered.
If I can export the OBJs.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen.
How many minutes you say?
35.
Oh, it's plenty of time. Oh, God.
Why don't you let us buy time?
Yes.
Sure. I mean, my PayPal is shotgunscream@gmail.com.
See, look, now he has a pricey last time.
Yeah. Well, maybe a collective price would help. That's all I'm going to say.
Alright, y'all check out my Kickstarter for extending the crunch time. It comes with potato salad.
We have a question from Jordan Powers.
Oh, snap.
What are some of your favorite texturing, or what are some of your favorite aspects of texturing with Substance Painter versus ZBrush, and any other texturing tips or tricks you might like to suggest for finishing up the model? So, what's the difference between? Let's go with the first one. What are the benefits of using Substance Painter instead of ZBrush for texturing, or vice versa? Go.
Multi-channel. ZBrush is just one channel. You're just painting a texture on a diffuse map. So when it comes down to your spec, you're just using material tricks to try to play it off. So, being able to paint multiple material channels at once is kind of powerful because, back in the day we were exporting out textures to Photoshop and running levels on it and, playing with curves and stuff like that to try to, identify the highlights and things like that. And that's physically inaccurate, so it's kind of a bad workflow. So it's definitely, better in that aspect. Being able to paint, glossy, diffuse, all that at the same time with one stroke. Yeah. Versus ZBrush. I mean, at ZBrush, the most you can get is probably diffuse and hide information in one stroke. Z and RGB.
Yeah, and then in Substance, yeah, it's great, man. Basically, I lay down the flat colors in ZBrush, and then everything else, like details, especially like leather, or, like any honeycomb or anything like that, is all going to be done in Substance. Because you can control the height, you can control the diffuse, you can control so many things in there. And all of it's non-destructive and all on layers like Photoshop. And it's,
Not to mention,
can't wait to get in. Can't wait to get in.
Not to mention the fact that it paints across UV shells like nobody else. It just makes it a dream package.
Yeah. And does anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. And does anybody have any texturing tips and tricks that they'd suggest or would like to share when it's dealing with finishing up the model?
I'm trying to think of some tips that are useful.
And Jordan, thanks you for your answer, Jerry.
Oh yeah, no problem. You get nulled. If you don't have nulled, get nulled. If you don't have Substance Painter, get Substance Painter. But you should have both of those. Then you can be a one-man texture powerhouse.
And how do you spell nulled?
Nulled is a KNALD, made by I believe Nulltech. I think they're selling it over on Ep03, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, just one of the most amazing programs ever. I mean, the next big thing is definitely going to be GPU rendering, and just GPU everything. Get off my processor, not my problem. That kind of just workflow and think process. Being able to have all that idle memory, free to do other tasks is definitely going to be the next big thing. So I mean, you compare X normal to null, baking AO and stuff like that, and you'll see that there's definitely a substantial difference in the speed. And X normal tends to lock up the computer a bit too whenever it's running full through. So definitely check those two out.
All right, and we have another question from Lobo. I have a hard time when trying to model a character using only a concept. I find it easier when I have modeling sheets. Does it get easier on the time, or does it just need more practice? I guess does it get easier over time, or is it just practice? I think it's both. I know Jerry can pretty much model anything from any view. You want to go take that question, Jerry?
Oh yeah, just after a while, you just kind of you'll get away from the references. Like, it's bad to say don't use references, but I would definitely say just practice approximation modeling, because being able to just look at a picture from any angle and make it will definitely make you more valuable. You don't want to be like, I can't make this because I don't have a 3/4 top and side view. I see it from this angle. I can get those shapes in there. Just kind of look at it analytically.
And sometimes it's a really good practice to go and find a piece of concept art and just sculpt it off of a piece of concept art instead of layout sheets. I kind of prefer it because it gives you a little bit of freedom, but then you have to come back if you're working for a client. You still have to deal with the AD. So you have to make sure you meet the target, and sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. So it's good to have both if you're really trying to do it for production. But if you're doing it for yourself, it's, like Jerry said, it makes you much stronger if you can look at one picture and model the whole thing. So
I'm sure, sculpting and making things that are licensed commercial properties also probably has some downsides, like, places where you can host it and stuff like that. So I usually try to avoid making stuff that's commercial, just because I don't want someone to come back down the road and be like, well, thanks for making my franchise for me, and then they just take my model or something,
Because I mean, it's good practice to just have just a concept of an image, and actually, it's good practice in creativity to figure out everything else. Because to be a valuable artist, you can't be told everything and given everything. You have to. People are eventually hiring you for you, so they're hiring you for your style and how creative you are as an artist. So definitely don't rely on anything. At CG, you have to be creative and you have to make your own opportunities and don't allow anything to restrict you.
Also, never tag people.
Yes, never tag people that are not associated with your project directly.
Yeah, never. On Facebook, ever. Like, I'm getting messages now. Don't tag me. I won't respond to you anymore. Makes me so mad. It's like, worst renders. And I get tagged in them. Like, what do you want me to say?
And we have another question from Carolyn. How long can you continuously sculpt or work before your brain hurts? Brad, go.
My brains doesn't hurt. My hand does. I never get tired of it, only because if you get tired of one thing, or you get kind of like locked up with one thing, then try something else. If I'm working on a monster that I can't quite figure out, then I'll try and do a cartoony thing, or I'll move on to animating something. It's always good to try and approach everything from different angles. So if you're not, if you only sculpt, that's cool. But you might want to trying to see how animating things. That way you can kind of get a different feel for how they move, and then that'll inform your sculpting and so on and so forth. So the more things that you like to do, the less you'll feel bogged down by what you're doing.
Bruce. Oh, sorry, Roger. Go.
No, I don't think I get tired, but I found out that it's good to step back after you've been doing it for a while and just let it sit for a little bit, come back, and it definitely works for me. Like I find different shapes, different ideas come to mind whenever I do that. So just give yourself a break, even if you're not tired. That works for me.
And let's talk about. I know a lot of us have other jobs that we have to work before we could even get to doing what we love to do. How do y'all cope with that, or have y'all, how do you cope with it or deal with it on, having a job that maybe you don't love, and just so you can go home and work on your art?
I drink.
Who's asking these questions?
It's something to look forward to, At the end of the
Someone
day,
out there personally knows us.
you gotta look at the big picture and just know that if you're in a job that you don't like, that's not artistic, it's only temporary, it's a stepping stone. Don't look at it as a last resort.
Life is survival.
And who said that they drink?
I do.
All right, so what are you drinking, man?
Oh, some just shit homeless person here. Malt liquor.
That's good.
Money for
Some,
promotions, you know what I mean?
Anaconda malt liquor.
And you other guys alcoholics
They
in
get you
here?
that.
So, anyone who hasn't seen Black Dynamite should go do that pretty much, at 12.
Like right now.
Not right now. They're watching us. Come on, man. We're gonna lose our 6 viewers.
We only got 6 viewers.
No, 6 million.
6 million. I rounded down.
Million.
Rounded down to the nearest unfair number.
Yeah, if it's less than a million, I rounded down to 6. Just as a general rule.
Right.
Doesn't everybody?
No. Yeah, but I agree with Gary that it was for me. It was something I just looked forward to. Like, okay, I'm just gotta do this shit for 8 hours, so I can just go home and stay up for another 10 hours and sculpt and sculpt and sculpt. But yeah,
I'm not gonna do a crappy day of work and not get on some 3D.
yeah. All right, Carolyn, thanks for your question. And the robot is back. I don't know who's programming this one, but I got a question. In Blender 3D, I can edit a view of my model in GIMP. Does ZBrush have that feature so I can use in Krita?
I was talking about Z-App Link.
Go ahead, Jerry.
You talk about the Z-App Link where you export the views into Photoshop?
Okay. So I think you would go to your Document tab, go to Z-App Link Properties, set your model to the front, click front, and it should automatically do the back, but check it because it sometimes flips. And then set to the right and click right, and it'll automatically do left. And then that'll be your Z-App Link views, and you just press Z-App Link, and it'll throw it over to any program it's compatible with. Is Krita compatible with?
Well, I mean, that's Desmond again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a robot. Yeah,
I'm gonna chase him with a shoe after the show. But yeah, it's kind of. It depends on how ZBrush is getting those images out, because you could easily do it in Blender just by setting it up in your image properties. If I really have to bring this up, just right here under File, just put your image editor here. But the thing with Krita is Krita has a strange opening, so really you just want to get the image out and just open it back open it in the application manually, because as you know with Krita you can't just control and make a new file like Photoshop. It brings up this large dialog, almost as if the program itself has been opened again. So yeah, I would say that's the downside. So you probably want to open the image manually in Krita.
Yeah, robot.
Desmond's trolling us.
I was going to say, Jerry, why'd you bring your IT work to the show?
No, that's not IT, dude. Those people are not even ready for Krita yet. They're still plugging in the modem, dude. Those people are barely getting started.
What's a critter?
Yeah, they're still wondering why their email chokes with 38 meg messages.
Can I cry now?
Oh man,
If you want to on worldwide television, I mean, yeah, that's cool.
I'm in that. I tune into that on Netflix.
Oh yeah. So what are you doing here, Eric?
I'm just kind of. I'm gonna take and put a render out, and then take it in Photoshop and start doing a little bit of paint over.
Using Keyshot, yes?
Yeah, I'm using Marmoset.
Marmoset, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I kind of prefer Marmoset over Keyshot because I can just the movements I was able to do. It's all at great time. So, but Keyshot does things that Marmoset can't even come close to doing. It's just it's personal preference what your output's going to be.
Those are fighting words.
I said I prefer Marmoset. I didn't say that it was better.
Oh, wait. He's saying he prefers Marmoset. My mistake.
I said I prefer it. I know that Keyshot's got some. Keyshot gets a lot closer to reality when it comes to rendering.
You take that back. Sorry.
I prefer Keyshot too. I prefer them both.
So y'all got 20 minutes.
No. Come on, Ron. I sent you 5 bucks, dude. How about 12 minutes?
Okay, let's 20 minutes.
All right, good.
All right. You got 20 minutes left.
Well, let's call it 25. Round it up to the nearest spot.
Let's call it 19 minutes 58 seconds.
God, Ron, that's worse.
Well, I'm not getting enough PayPal. You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't have enough pals in my pay.
I'm gonna start. Watch. I must really start a Kickstarter to get some additional sculpt time. Telling you, Potato Salad shows us all that the money's there to spend on potato salad.
Dude, that potato salad thing was so stupid.
No, dude, it's brilliant. It's brilliant, dude.
I mean, the concept is brilliant. It's just like, go ahead, Jerry. You were saying that it's just a funny thing to do. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, it's just a funny thing to do. Like, those people figured out how to make $38,000. So, someone's stupid. Everyone who did not do it. That's all. That's all I'd say on it. I've already given all my rant on this. I do think it was engineered, though.
I guess that's why I find it frustrating, because I look at that stuff and I'm just like, damn it.
People don't want to pay to feed the homeless. They want to pay to watch a man make potato salad.
Yeah, isn't that fucking great? But to completely change the subject, do any of you scare yourself because your artwork is just so damn good?
Are you serious?
Carolyn Roberts.
Down.
My ideas scare me, but my artwork isn't that awesome, so...
I think
how off I am for my envisioning scares me.
Right? That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do with my 2 hours.
Think it's the other way around. It's so bad that it scares the shit out of you.
Yeah. Every time I make a sculpt that I'm impressed with, the next day I forget all about it. I'm like, oh man, I'm nothing again. I got to rebuild myself up.
Yeah, I'll spend a day and a half on something and then see something Michael Grobman did in 45 minutes. I'm like, okay, I forgot I suck.
Especially Mr. Grobman here.
Yeah, he kills me, dude.
Sloppy sculptor.
Yeah,
this guy's a legend.
Yeah,
this guy's a legend amongst us.
Very prolific man. You gotta check his.
Especially in the ZBHO, a legend.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about him in the shadows.
He has a record for most top rows.
Also, most consecutive spit sculpts.
Mm-hmm.
They call it Mr. Spit Sculpt.
That makes me want to spit at him.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He sculpted his way to becoming admin.
So we got another question from Lobo. What is currently the best place to show your 3D work and get contacts about freelance?
Everywhere.
And he wants to thank everyone for the answers. I would say Zbrushhangout is a good place to be around other artists that are working or extremely passionate about it. And through that, you can find other opportunities to work. But you got to get in the rooms over at ZBrushhangout.com. Register through your Facebook or Google Plus, or just register by your manually. Top right, there's video hangouts, International, and then International Room 1, and then we also have one for Spanish. And then you can even start your own and hang out with your own friends, all from there. So definitely get in those rooms and hang out with these guys are in there pretty frequently, and they're all great artists to learn from, and that'll get you more opportunities the stronger your portfolio is.
Ew, get you drunk.
Market aggressively. I mean, not too aggressively. You don't want every link every word you say to be a link to yourself, but definitely. I find that it's a lot of exposure just in helping other people, like answering questions, moderating a forum. Just being active in the community. Eventually, you'll become more well known. But yeah, that's definitely how I kind of moved my way up. Was just getting to know people on an individual level, and just always, like, every time I go to ZBrush Hangout, I make sure I at least compliment on a photo there. Like, at least pick one person's picture that's there, and just kind of be like, great job, or something to just kind of keep the energy going. But yeah, definitely stuff like that.
Anybody else?
ZBrush Central, any of the major forums. If you're interested in games, go to Polycount. There's so much.
Just don't be afraid to have your stuff criticized. Because that's why you should be there in a way, is to get better.
Gotta love that criticism.
It's necessary. It hurts.
I screen cap it.
Oh yeah.
I want to make an art book just on my crits.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, and see
I
the final
got
result.
This one, dude, where someone drew all over one of my faces and said it was basically Elijah Wood smoking crack. Like, it was one of the greatest crits ever. Like, it definitely turned my art around after that.
I remember that guy.
let me bring up the picture just to humor you viewers this time.
He wasn't far off, was he?
Elijah Wood smoking crack.
They basically, yeah. Like, I don't, like I said, I definitely screen cap the screen cap. Here we go. No, I thought I was doing very good. Like, I was like, this is my best head yet. Like, I'm ready for the big leagues. And this person, taught me otherwise, and then I was back in the shadows.
You have to admire he took the time to go into Photoshop.
Yeah, I know.
I was
not mad at all. I bet the guy crushed me. I was just dying.
You see what it says right there on the comments? Oh, just in case you actually do find someone that happens to look like that.
They said print it out, go down to the mall, and sit there until you see a guy that looks similar to the picture. after a few seconds of doing this task, you'll reach clarity and come to understand what is wrong with it, and thus become a better artist. So, just in case you actually do happen to find someone that looks like that, check twice that it's not Elijah Woods on PCP. Then pick up the phone and call the FBI and ask them to connect you to Agent Mulder. So, I mean, critique online can definitely be unforgiving. There's the case.
It's okay though. I mean,
It's okay. You gotta love it. You gotta be a glutton for it because it's the only way to really improve.
embrace that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah. Thank people for taking the time to critique you and tell you how much you suck.
Yeah. Absolutely. Those are the best critiques, man.
Because the worst ones are the people that just say good job and just keep going. And it's like, okay, well, where do I improve? Where do I grow? You know, how do I progress? What's the next level? Where do I go from here? You know, just say good job and keep going. It's like, just passing by it, you know.
I can't be bothered to crit you is really what I'm saying.
Yeah, like you are nothing to me.
The way I see that is like saying LOL when you're not really laughing at all. It's
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw it in there.
just conversation filler.
All right, so thanks, Lobo, for the questions, and hope that answers it. And again, for the final 10 minutes of the show, for all the new viewers, there's a little Q&A button underneath the video. If you press that, you can interact with us live and ask these people questions of any nature.
I'm going to and pay some fake questions for a certain Peruvian hits us again. No, I'm kidding. So I guess it's late in the show, but I guess we can give our shout outs now. Give a shout out to my homeboy, Lil Bull Tool. You know, Carolyn. Got to give you a shout out. Obligated. Desmond, get back to work. Who else is out there? Tony G, keep working. I know you're there too. Tony L, what's happening? Hayden No. Who else?
Free Tony Leonard.
Oh yeah, hashtag Free Tony Leonard.
Hashtag Brad Swag.
Hashtag Brad was there.
Where it came from.
It's two things you hate: swag and hashtags.
It's true.
Hashtag
Combine them together, swag tags.
Swag tag. Hashtag guard. 9 minutes, 20 seconds, guys. Let's see.
Wait, 9 minutes.
Could be 20 minutes, you know, for a little cheese, little cracker.
All right. In that case, you might get a paint job.
Okay.
You might.
You said paint, right?
I said paint. You bastards. See what I have to deal with, guys.
I thought it was love, man.
It's always love.
No, you guys are totally, my BFFs.
Elias is saying the scopes look awesome. Appreciate that, Elias.
Thank you.
Guys working hard. Work hard every day, not just for the show, but behind the scenes.
9 minutes left. Gonna try to bake some maps like a crazy person.
That's amazing. Oh
man. Them lips, Roger. Ribbed.
Roger giving sexy lips to a xenomorph.
Yeah, you can't help it.
You can't. How's them eyes looking too?
Everything's
got sexy eyes too. Yeah, decent, you got some decent eyes. Wait, those lips aren't sexy. The eyes are sexier.
What's wrong with you, Roger?
Yeah, those aren't very friendly lips.
Wow.
Oh snap! Something's coming out. Push it back down. Jab it with a broom.
So, Brad, if there's say there's a brick on the table.
Okay.
And someone picks it up.
Right.
Puts it in your face.
Okay.
What you gonna do with it?
What you gonna do with it? It's one of the big questions, Ron, because who among us has not had a brick in our face?
Yes, I agree.
It's been asked. It's been asked a number of times. In fact, it's been asked at least 30 times in the same song. What you gonna do with it, Ron? What you gonna do with it? Because, as we have heard so often, some people, Ron, they just love selling blow.
Yeah, that's true.
They love selling blow.
Oh God, they busted me.
If you don't know what song we're referring to, you are fortunate.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we were definitely talking about a song.
I didn't want to be that guy that said, "What you guys talking about?"
Yeah,
Brad's number one least likely man. I
thought you were talking about a real brick.
Yeah, no, your state is all the more blessed for not being aware of that song. But it's my new anthem, really.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the words you live by, right?
It is.
You got 6 minutes, guys.
Come on, Ron.
Bruce, that's looking killer, man.
Thank you.
Looking totally killer, bro. And this guy, you need to hire this guy. Give him some work, man. He can do this in what, like 4 or 6 hours? Come on. Where can they reach you again? Just one more time.
On Facebook, The Art of Bruce Connors.
Eric, where can they reach you?
My website, Tentacles Under My Bed.
So sexy, I love it. Say it again.
Tentacles Under My Bed, because I love monsters.
Gary, where are we gonna go?
They can follow me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Gary P. Calhoun.
Big Jer, where can they find you?
DPS Facebook page. Also youtube.com/MasterZeon1001. You can just pretty much go on Google and type MasterZeon1001. Find a lot of stuff about me, unfortunately, which will get you there a lot quicker if we were trying to count keystrokes.
And how do you spell Xeon?
Xeon.
One more time.
Xeon.
All right. Josh, where can we get in touch with you, bro?
I guess you could go to my blogspot. Just write in my full name, joshuamorley.blogspot.com, or you can go to my YouTube, which is basically my name again, Joshua Morley. Or you could just email me at morleydare@live.com.
And how do we spell your last name?
Morley.
All right. Lonnie, where do we go, man?
Lonnie Sargent, Facebook, LONNIESARGENT.
Michael, where do we go, man? Where do we go get these shirts?
Facebook, Michael Graveman, GRAVEMANN.
And where do we go to get these shirts, man?
Yeah.
www.rockawaits.com.
One more time, because we want these shirts, bro.
Yeah.
www.rockawaits.com.
Boom.
There
Roger,
you go.
where do we go, Roger?
You can find me on Facebook and also on my website, which I never update, but my info is there. IMakeCharacters.com.
Nice and simple for you.
Yeah.
Nice and Brad, where are we going, man? Where do we go?
If you shine a searchlight in the sky.
Wait a minute, I've been putting a bad signal out trying to get you to show up forever.
Yeah, what I was going to say is if you do that, I won't show up because I won't see it. But where could I'm on Facebook now, and I'm on Facebook entirely because of Ron and Jerry, who told me to get on Facebook. This is a new thing for me.
Welcome to Facebook, Brad.
Go to Facebook, and it's thank you, man. And it's what's my name? My name is Brad Groatman, Groatman.
Sexy voice.
On Vimeo, you'll see my animation. That's stuff I do more often than not because I don't sculpt well, but I animate fine.
That sculpt guy right in front of us says otherwise.
He's coming along. He's not bad. You know.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, you got 2 minutes. If you got any shout-outs, if you got anything y'all want to say. First, I want to thank the audience for participating and for the great questions. And please, share, like, subscribe. Let everybody know how great the show was, because it was very good tonight, and I appreciate everyone's efforts for being here. And if anybody has anything else that they want to plug, talk about, you have 1 minute, 39 seconds.
If you watch your mama go to sleep, I told you leave me alone.
You heard that, mama?
Get out of my room.
I gotta say thanks to Ron and everybody at the ZBHO, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So thanks a lot, guys.
Glad to have you, man.
If I didn't shout out to my ZBHOs already, same here.
We'll give shout out to Pierre. We'll give a shout out to Nick Shoito, Christopher Vaughn.
Happy birthday, Vaughn.
Hey, Chris. Yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday, Nick. Yours came too recently. Everybody's birthday around the same time. Yours, Vaughn's, and Nick's. All the founders of ZBHO.
Speaking of birthdays, Pierre's going to be a dad soon if he hasn't already. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pierre,
He probably had his baby yesterday. He's looking a little fat.
So hashtag sorry Tony Leonard. We'll get you in next time.
Free Tony Leonard.
Free Tony Leonard is in the bondage right now. I hear he's clad in iron chains.
Hayden, no.
And I guess one more thing I want to plug, Dead Panic Studios, Facebook.com. We are working on what you see here, Hunting the Night, doing a little short with Lobo versus Batman. So it's going to be pretty dope. Jerry, Brad, Pierre, Tony, the Hurtados, Pablo and Pedro, and Jeff all worked on it, all did a great job, and we're really proud of it, and hopefully y'all will be too. And time is up, guys. Let's see what you got. Brad. That looks great, man.
Sharky, man.
That came out real well.
Thanks, man.
And Bruce, of course, kicking ass. Looking great. Eric. Get that selection off of there, man. We want to
hold on just a second. I'm just trying to do this. There we go. Now I feel a little bit better.
Looking good. Gary, come on, man. Let's see it, man. What's up with all the menus, dude? Come on, guy. You're on the show right now, dude. You're presenting right now, guy. Come on.
Toothpaste.
Oh, I thought you were talking
about me. Looking good. And Big Jer, what we got, man? What do we got?
All right, so I was over in Substance Painter trying to paint up some material magic right before the end, so I didn't get to get that over exported in time, but pretty much Xenomorph. I was working on making like a hard surface version of it, began sculpting it in ZBrush. Started off modeling it in Blender with a base mesh, taking it out, sculpting it a little bit up in Blender until I realized, I should use ZBrush. Took it over into ZBrush, shit started getting kind of crazy, came back, and, that brings us to here.
Nice, good job, man.
Chromie
Good job.
Oh, two Chromie.
Josh, let's see, man. Let's take a look. See, I don't know why you're disappointed with that, or
it's friggin' awesome, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was a great idea.
Yeah, great. Awesome,
dude. That's so awesome.
And Lonnie, looking good, man. Looking good. I like it.
I like the tongue. Yeah, the tongue looks awesome.
Yeah. Great job, man.
The tongue's like, what's up?
Get over here.
And the Gravamon. And Josh is saying everything's looking dope, fellas. Josh P. Crockett.
Josh.
Oh, thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Please be on the next show.
The compliment of Josh is everything. Monster Master.
Oh, wait. Damn, I didn't share my screen. Wait. There you go. There's the finished one.
Oh,
That's the finished one.
Nice, nice. Looks good.
Xenopus.
Xenopus.
And Roger, let's take a look, man. Let's take a look. That's looking good, bro. Oh, nice. And again, my name's Ron McLeroy from The Panic Studios. Thank you again for watching ZBrushHangout.com's Crunchin' Alien Hybrids. And thank you all for being on this show. Everybody say good night, YouTube.
Good night.
Good night.
YouTube.
YouTube.